The secret to a well-written paper and an award-winning paper ultimately, I think, has to be simplicity. Just really trim it back and make sure that you're focusing on one single story and you're telling it consistently from start to finish.
What I would tell everybody is just cut the crap and keep it as simple as possible. My biggest bugbear, that's definitely jargon and buzzwords. Basically just write like a human being that the judges can imagine just basically talking to, and one that the judges can also just relate to on a personal level.
Sometimes it can take a little while to get to the meat of the story and to find out really whether the case study has merits or not. So one extra tip is to get your best evidence in up front. If you can start off very early on, probably literally even in the first paragraph, by saying why this is such a hard challenge, or why this is such an important case study, and then what a brilliant idea it was, and then an overview of a soundbite as to how strong the results were, then you've got the perfect beginning, middle, and end of the story right up front, and then you can go on to elaborate on it afterwards. But the judges and the readers are already hooked and interested in wanting to find out more.
Yeah, discounting definitely makes the case stronger, because if your campaign, let's say, only had tactical banners, and then you're telling me that it drove key brand metrics, that's a bit of a hard sell. That's a bit difficult for me to believe. But what I also find refreshing with discounting is when it's done in a very honest manner. So, for example, admitting that there was another marketing or advertising element or initiative in market that potentially had an added impact on the results. I can appreciate that sort of honesty in the write-ups.
So my secret bit of advice would be to find yourself a killer chart. If you've got a graph that nails your whole story in a oneer, that's got 10 years of amazing sales results all going up in a row, or that shows that your campaign started and the minute it started, everything started shooting upwards, then that can be dynamite. That can be really persuasive for a judge and sort of frame the rest of your written paper with one image.
Another piece of advice that I would give entrants is to make use of the amazing thinking that WARC and the Cannes Lions have made available to the industry and to authors in the form of the creative effectiveness ladder, because a lot of work has actually gone into creating these categories and outlining what are these big types of effectiveness drivers in the creative industry. So I think I would look at using that material, playing it back in the text, really thinking about how your thinking can complement the thinking that's already been done, and continue to advance us as an industry when it comes to understanding how creativity drives effect.